How's it going, everyone? I'm Tranquility. Welcome back to the Hill. This is episode 3, and let's just jump right into the matches. First match that we had of the day was FaZe versus Boston, and I think it went just as most people thought. Uh, if we scroll down, look over here at the stats, everyone on the side of FaZe is positive. 04 continues to have his MVP performance. Simp is excelling in the NPC meta. The NPC meta is really, really, really fun to watch, in my opinion. On the side of Boston, Afro, Nasty, and Purge, all negative. Purge having a really, really rough map. Kind of expected and predicted by most people that they would. Spar ends up saving them from the red carpet with a 1.0. Um, oh 04 was the match MVP. I think it's fucked up Snoopy got dropped right before this meta started to pop off because I think he would really excel in this meta, but I don't think that it was necessarily a bad decision anyways to drop him. Um, Purge though, he needs to go. He's a detriment to the team for sure. Uh, by the end of the map 2, Nasty had more kills in that map than Purge did the whole series. Nasty had 15. He was on his way to 20 if it went the distance. I want to highlight one play, or not one play, some shots that were hit. Abuza hit an absolute clean slide out shit on Nasty in round 2 of the search. So let me pull that up. Gets one on Draza, and then oh oh shit. I just wanted to point that out because I felt like that was a really, really clean kill, really clean clip from uh, Abuza. The overload was actually a lot closer than the score shows. Boston were up, FaZe forced in overtime, and then just cleaned up, cleaned them up. There's not really much to say on the side of FaZe. It's more of just like this was expected. Purge is awful. I'm never going to pick Boston to win as long as they still have Purge on the team. He just is so underwhelming this year for the considering the performances he had last year. And he wasn't horrible last year. I don't know what's going on with him. But that's about it to say with this one. Boston is just uh, so disappointing. Next up on the list, we got Toronto Koi versus Riyadh Falcons. I got this prediction correct, and also the last prediction correct. I had Toronto winning 3-1. That's what ended up happening. Uh, Surprising that Falcons were able to steal the overload because that's been Toronto's best shit. But looking at the stats, Kleenex 0.89, Insight 0.82, Joe Deceives a 1.4, and Kips a 1.03. Cell saves them from a red carpet with a 1.13. The rest of Falcons go negative. The match MVP, Joe Deceives, very obviously. Joe Deceives is a fucking animal. We got to see some new maps in this series. We got to see Plaza, and that shit might be the worst shit. It was just a bang out at A most rounds. This has to be just a byproduct of the map being added so like recently that the pros are still trying to figure out how to play it other than just hitting A over and over and over again, but there's got to be a better way. We saw like maybe two B plants. I don't even know, but most of them were A hits. Just full, everybody hits A. Uh, in the map one, Falcons looked chalked. They sounded chalked. The comms were horrible. Pred was the only one who had like any sort of energy. The search was a very obvious Toronto win going into it because it showed up on the stream. Falcons are last in every category in search for stage 2. That's not good. Search wins championships. They You can't pump fake a roster change. When you pump fake a roster change, it just chalks the team because now those players know you don't want to play with them. When you do trials, you have to make a change. You can't like walk on eggshells almost or toe the line of like I don't know. You can't pump fake a roster change. It will destroy a team's mentality. Insight back to his old ways of being a stick in the mud. He needs to pick it up or he needs to get gone because he is their slowest player. He's so absurdly slow. I was locked in on his arrow. Man, is he's just slow. They need to pick up an AR player that has a bit more pace. And I really like Jamie. He came in, he was a rookie in Cold War, fried in Cold War, and then since then he just kind of got slower and slower and slower. In the map 3, the only map that Falcons won, Joe was trying his hardest to carry with 3,400 Dammy. It's This guy is just unstoppable. Joe is just so good, and he's for sure gonna walk at the end of this year. No way he doesn't, unless they like say, "Hey man, we're gonna give you the keys and make whatever team you want." I don't see a world where Joe's on Toronto's next year. Even shit, I feel like he might not even be on them for EWC. I think by the time EWC comes around, Joe's gonna be gone. And on the side of Falcons for their hardpoint, they were able to keep this map 4 pretty entertaining. Kind of close throughout. They just really kind of needed, like, I don't know, they always kind of were behind by a hill. They just they couldn't fully, I don't know. Falcons are just so disappointing this year with the roster that they have and how they're performing and the decisions they're making. It's very very disappointing to see out of the side of Falcons. All right, and third series that happened, we had Gentlemates going up against G2. Gentlemates winning that 3-1, taking the hard point 250 to 230, losing the Scar Search 4-6, winning the Den Overload 6-5, and then winning the Colossus hard point 250 to 157. Going down over at the stats, Envoy with a 1.17, Ghosty with a 1.52, Neptune with a 1.10, and then Sib going negative with a 0.09. On the side of G2, though, red carpet, Estriel with a 0.89, Kremp 0.91, Mamba 0.92, and Skies had a stinker 0.69. I'm not happy with this win from Gentlemates. It was 3-1, but G2 had an opportunity to win all of these maps. It was way too close for these guys to be and I know I keep saying it, the Major 1 winners, but I don't know. I just am very, very disappointed with their hardpoint. I don't I don't think they should have won this hardpoint. Like, it was back and forth the entire time. Back and forth the entire time. Went down to the wire. And the fact that they were outslaying G2 by this much and it was still this close. They're obviously not playing some of these hard points properly. Because if you're outslaying by that much, it shouldn't be as close as this. It's I don't know. It's just their hardpoint looked better at the end of the series, but there was almost a GA break. They thought Ghosty stair glitched in the map one. After reviewing it, he was a bit further back than what a stair glitch is, so it did not count as a GA break. But Sib did break GAs in the Colossus hardpoint, where he snaked like 5 times. Like, there's not much to say for me with a lot of these maps because it was so close. But the fact it was so close is an issue, if that makes sense. I don't think Gentlemates is playing to their skill level. I think they're playing almost the skill level of the teams they're playing. It's like they get dumber when they play worse teams. And I think all of the guys on Gentlemates are gross. Like, I've said this before, I think Envoy is one of the most impactful, important players to a team. A Envoy .9 is 10 times more impactful in my eyes than like a Purge or Snoopy .9 is. He's just he's he knows how to win. He knows how to play the game. Envoy is the least selfish player, but it's I don't know. It just feels like the whole team like just plays down. Sib, I think snipers need to know when to put the snipe away. Sib was getting shit on with the sniper, put it away, got a few kills, brought it back out, got shit on again. He got blooded 5 times out of the 10 rounds that were played. He he needs to not just keep it out every single time. Skies hit a gross snipe too, through like a little crack in the wall where he jumped over across the map on Scar. It's very gross. Very nice shot from Skies. All of map 7 or all of round 7 on that search too was a funky ass round. I recommend people go watch that. Watch that search if they haven't. In terms of the overload, it was just kind of a clean overload, even though that's what I wrote in my notes is that it was a clean overload win, even though the points say otherwise. Yeah, I don't know. There's something off about this Gentlemates team, and I can't quite put my finger on it. It seems like only one player at a time on their team has like a fuck you pop off series or like map. Like, I don't know. Feels like not all of them can fry at once. Maybe one, maybe two at the most, but I've never seen 3 to 4 of these players all frying at once. I just and I think that's they need that consistency over each team. And going over to the final match of the day, we had Surge going up against Carolina Royal Ravens, and Surge took that in a 3-2 victory where they won the first two. Carolina came back, tried to force the reverse sweep, and got slammed in the Plaza Search. If we scroll down here, the only person to go positive on Vancouver was Lunars, and Craze and Exceed go negative on the side of Carolina. Now, TJ in the map 1 was slamming them. He was playing very, very, very well. He just, you can tell he feels a lot more comfortable with the new gun. This NPC meta is actually so much fun to watch. It's such a hoot. If we want to look at the point breakdown, uh, Vancouver just kind of got the lead at the start and never looked back. Got a little bit sketchy towards the end, but Vancouver was able to clutch it out. Uh, Vancouver Search is pretty good. I'm a pretty big fan of Vancouver Search. Do I think now? With that being said, do I think that they're a great team? No, I still don't think they're a very good team. However, I do think they're getting a lot better, and I don't think you can take that away from them. They have very obviously improved even a little bit. Going 2-0 is kind of unheard of for them this year. Uh, Especially winning the hard points, the map ones, because they were so ass at their map ones earlier this year. But it was nice to see TJ kind of pick himself up by his bootstraps. Lurks is also him. Uh, Lurks on Carolina. It's going to be very, very surprising if he, after his stint on Carolina, if he doesn't go somewhere else, or if for some reason he starts to slip next year. That will be very surprising. He looks like he is very gifted when it comes to Call of Duty. And a lot of good players will join a shit team and perform like shit. But Lurks being on a shit team and outperforming most people in the lobby is pretty special. So I want to see Lurks really make it. Like I said yesterday, I really want to see him make it far in Call of Duty. In the map 1, Lunars played decent, but like he was getting good kills, but he was just not moving. He was playing so slow. It was like, I don't know. It's just so ugh. His arrow is just one of the ugliest arrows I've ever seen. I will say that map 3 overload was one of the most entertaining overloads I'd seen. Everybody was just getting world star shit on. It was very fun to watch. I had a good time. Everyone besides Lurks was kind of getting slammed. Fire had a rough few starts of the rough few maps, and then map 4, he really started to heat up. Uh, Fire is he can shoot. He can shoot. He was putting up the horse a little bit in the map 3 and in the map 5, but he when it comes to hardpoint, he gets hill and he gets kills. He does his job very very well. I really wanted to see this from Fire. I really wanted to see him play well, especially because of his first stint on uh in Cold War, Craze was not shooting back in this series at all. He had a really, really rough one. Uh, Exceed also, I don't know what Exceed is doing most of the time on the map. I don't know what he's helping, but the Ravens need another two-person change. I think Fire and Lurks is good. I just don't know if Exceed and Craze is what you need for this team. And I'm not saying Exceed and Craze are bad players. I just don't think that this is the right fit for them. Plaza, fuck man, we saw it again on this map. It's so bad. It's so bad. Unless they have they start using different strats instead of just all bang out A, I don't think that this map is going to be in the pool for very, very long. I hope not, anyways, or I hope it just doesn't get picked as much because it's just so not entertaining to watch. Surge just kind of ran at them in that uh, final S&D, and yeah, though the teams were horrible, it was a very fun series to watch. I will say that. All right, and for predictions. Ooh, these predictions are gonna be easy. Toronto, 3-0. FaZe, 3-0. Optic, 3-0. I think today is gonna be a quick, quick day. I don't think today's gonna be very long. But yeah, those are my predictions. Toronto, FaZe, then Optic. All right, thank you guys for watching. This was episode 3 again. I'm probably gonna have the same warning, or not warning, uh, message at the end. I know the quality isn't great. We're working on it. We're slowly getting better. We're slowly getting better. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't like the video, dislike it. Let me know what I did wrong. Let me know what I did right in the comments. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you don't want to see any more, just keep on scrolling. Uh, have a good rest of your day.